Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is August the 23rd, Sunday. We're getting closer and closer to the Tesla and Apple actual stock split, which will be on August the 31st. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how far Tesla and Apple stocks has grown since the stock split announcement and their current market cap. Second, I'm going to talk about, are these two stocks too expensive at current valuation? Third, should you still buy these two stocks before the split? Last but not least, how to protect your gains if you're already in these two stocks. Before I start, please smash that like button and give a comment to help with the YouTube algorithm. And also please subscribe and hit that notification bell and set it to all to receive all my future videos if you have not already done so. And please watch partial of the advertisement that whatever YouTube plays in this video. That's the best way to help me and help my channel to grow.
Show me the money!
Show me the money! Show me the money!
Show me the money!
Show me the money!
Show me the money!
Before everything, let me re-emphasize that a stock split does not actually change a stock's valuation. Let's say if you have 10 shares of a stock at $1,000 per share, your total value is about $10,000 of that particular stock. Let's say the stock will have a 10-for-1 split right now. So the stock price will become $100 per share. And then you, instead of having 10 shares, you will have 100 shares. All right, so your total valuation is equal to the same before the split, which is $10,000. Not only the stock split doesn't change the valuation of your stock that you're holding, it doesn't even change any fundamentals of that stock company. But it does add a psychological value. Why people wanted to buy so many shares before the split? Because they're betting the stock gonna go appreciate. If a stock price is currently at $1,000 or $2,000, like Tesla right now, you cannot afford it. It scares away many smaller investors. Even if you can afford fractional of a share of Tesla stock, let's say even if you have 0.3 share of Tesla stock, you cannot do anything about it. Even if it appreciates so much before the split, you cannot sell it to realize the gain. You have to hold it until you have the full share. So in that case, a stock split does lower the bar to many smaller investors for them be able to hold the stock of their desire if they think those stocks, particularly like Tesla and Apple, still have big room to grow in the future. Because of that important psychological reason, let's see how far Tesla stock and Apple stock has grown so far since the announcement. First, let's look at Tesla. Tesla was announced the stock split 5-for-1 on August the 11th. At that time, before the announcement, the stock price was traded at $13.75 per share. As of Friday closing price, the Tesla stock rose to $2,042, which is a 48% upward movement. That adds market cap to Tesla about another $30 billion without changing any fundamentals of the company. Now let's see how much Apple stock has grown since its announcement. It announced 4-for-1 split on July the 30th, right after its quarterly earnings report. At that time, the stock price was traded at $384 per share. As of Friday, after the market at 8 p.m., the stock was traded at $499. That is a 30% upward movement. On August 19, which is only 2 weeks after the split announcement, Apple passed the $2 trillion market cap I made a video about it. You can watch that video if you need to know about it. Do you know what is $1 trillion? That is like 12 zeros behind 1 trillion. And then they have $2 trillion market cap. Not only that, it only took Apple 2 days after the passing $2 trillion market cap day. On Friday, Apple's market cap is valuated at 2.13 trillion. Do you know how big is that? 0.13 trillion equals $130 billion just in 2 days. $130 billion is equal to about 34% of Tesla's total market cap, because Tesla currently is at a $381 billion market cap. That's how big Apple is and how fast the stock has grown since its announcement. So now let's look at, are these two stocks too expensive at current valuation? First, let's look at Tesla. If we talk about expensive or not expensive of a stock, it's not just pure price point. You have to look at a PE ratio, price per earning. All right, so at a current PE ratio, Tesla is traded at a whopping 1,032 PE, which means you pay 1,032 times more of the price of the stock. Analysts already predicted it's Tesla's year 2040's valuation. We're only at 2020, which is 20 years ahead. So it is way expensive. All right, so Tesla stock is too expensive at this point of time, for sure. Now let's look at Apple. Although its market cap is at $2.13 trillion, its PE ratio is only currently at 37.49, close to 38. Let's say it is 38. You're paying 38 times more price of what Apple's stock really worth as of today. But remind you, all growth stocks has relatively higher PE. Let's throw in comparison. Amazon current PE ratio is at 125. Microsoft, similar to Apple, at 37.26. Netflix is at 83. Etsy, a small online company that is selling products, is at 177. Just for you to compare, how expensive is Apple? Apple is reasonably priced now. Still at $499 per share, it's not as expensive. Way less expensive than Tesla for sure. Now let's talk about the third part of the video. Should you still buy these two stocks before the split? My answer is it depends. If you have not invested yet, then it doesn't matter because it doesn't change. The split doesn't change the valuation. Doesn't matter if you buy before or after the split. If you already bought right after the announcement and sitting on some huge gain, then you can still dollar cost averaging in to buy smaller quantity, not big quantity, because the stock price is already at the highest. And then you must protect your gain. That is very important. I will illustrate this shortly after. Third kind of person, if you're already a long-term holder of those two stocks and then sitting on big gain, the gain is more than 100%, then ideally you should take your own money, that 100% money out, and leave whatever the money, the growth part in, still grow, because that's other people's money. All right. So in investment, ideally you should always use other people's money in the stock market. Your own money should take out as soon as you realize that 100% gain. All right, let's say you're sitting at 500% gain already. You should even consider to take chunks of some profit of that remaining 400% out to reward yourself as some of the gain. Then protect those 300 or 400%, still leave in the stock market, but do set up a price to protect your gain. Last but not least, I'm going to talk about how to protect your gains from the stock market. Now, let's use Apple as an example, all right? So Apple current price is sitting at all-time high at $499 per share. But remind you, Apple in the history had a total split of 56-for-1 split. So today's price at $499 per share is actually equivalent to $27,944 per share. So it is at a very huge price. So if you bought right after the announcement, you're looking at a 30% gain. If you bought Apple shares, lion shares of Apple at a March low, you are looking at more than 100% gain. If you bought Apple shares in January 2019, at that time, you're looking at more than 140, if not 150% gain. All right. So for that much gain, as I said earlier, if you have 100% gain, you should ideally take all that 100% out, your own money out, to protect it. All right. So what you do is to set up a sell order, set up a trailing stop dollar or trailing stop percentage. Either way is fine. If you set up a dollar trailing stop loss at $1, you have to actually look at the average day. What's the price fluctuation? And then you have to give yourself average that you can take. Let's say plus minus $20 or plus minus $10. So you will not be stopped out. All right. So for me, I like to set up a percentage. Let's say 5% or even 10%, whatever you look at every day's fluctuation percentage, and then give yourself an average to put on. All right. So either way will be good, but you will be protected, because if the stock, let's use 10% for example, if the stock dip 10%, and then you will be stopped out, you will be sold out without losing too much except only that 10%. All right. But if the stock continuously to grow in the future, order will go up and up, automatically trailing up until it dips 10% in one day. All right. So that's only an example. You have to set up those prices to protect your upside momentum and prevent you from dipping down and sold off in one day. And then also, you shouldn't set up those dollars and percentage too small, because you can be stopped out very easily. And then on the other hand, the term of that order should be setting as GTC, which is good till cancel. All right. You shouldn't set up for just one day or 1 month or 3 months. It should be good until cancel. That means it's a long-term order. It protects you upside and prevent you to be crushed out by the market crash. That's very important skill to learn. Conclusion: long-term investing in certain growth stocks really can make you very rich or become a millionaire. However, if you don't know how to protect your gain in a day or a month, all your gains could be just evaporated. Nothing can be protected you unless you know how to protect yourself. The skill is yet to be learned. Any stock split doesn't add valuation to any stocks. However, it does attract lots of traffic, make you temporarily having those gains. So you still needed to set up those prices, trailing stop loss prices, for you to be protected.
Excuse me, pardon me, my lover, my doll. I like the way the fragrance brings out her perfume. As for my coffee, no need for sugar. The word is sweet enough when she is in the room.